Here's how you stop a text conversation from completely dying. Look, sometimes you're gonna be texting with somebody and you're trying to play it safe and the conversation kind of just goes stale. It's not really going anywhere and you're not sure why. For this, we have to understand personality types. There are essentially many different types of personality types, but each personality type is going to favor one of two types of conversation. Some people like what I call a rapport-based conversation, which is a very surface level, very friendly, not sexually explicit conversation. And then other people like a more sexual conversation, or something I call like a breaking rapport conversation, which is a lot more flirtation, a lot more adult rated content. The problem is when you text with somebody, you don't know which one to do. So there is a great way to fix it. If you're typically, when you text somebody, you want to keep the rapport based, right? You want to do the very normal, what do you do for fun? And, what are your goals 3 years from now? You want to have those kind of conversations with somebody. But there is a chance that that conversation is boring the hell out of the other person and you need to be able to fix it. One great way to do this is to have a secondary conversation going on in parentheses. So what I'll do is I will be having a regular conversation. If I note that the other person isn't really responding or I'm getting short answers, then in parentheses, I'm gonna write, more importantly, ... have you ever had a situation that makes you just wanna go somewhere and scream? Now, this is a very different kind of conversation. It's a very emotionally raw conversation. What's great about that is you can then see which one do they respond to, right? So a good example might be if someone's like, yeah, I'm hanging out with my friends today. I might respond, oh, that's so fun. I've got a whole bunch of friends. We're gonna go and, we're gonna bounce to some arcades later on and maybe hit up a bar. And then in parentheses, I'm gonna write, but more importantly, have you ever had a situation that makes you just wanna go somewhere and scream? So it's such a very different conversation that doesn't fit in what's going on, which is why we put it in parentheses. What's great about this is we can then see what she responds to. Does she respond to me going to the bar with to have drinks with my friends? Or does she respond to the scream one? Most of the time, if the conversation is gonna go dead, you're gonna find that they're gonna respond to the conversation in the parentheses. And they're gonna be like, oh my God, yes, I absolutely have. And now we're gonna have a much more emotionally charged conversation. So they might be like, what happened? And I'll be like, oh, it's just this guy at work, I've got, drama, blah, 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 blah. But we're gonna have a much more emotionally charged conversation that is usually a lot more fun for somebody who's getting bored of a regular situation. On the other hand, sending that message, if they completely ignore it, we know that they don't want to have that emotionally charged conversation, and we can just stick to having the much more normal rapport-based. This is one of the easiest ways to fix a conversation that's gone bad. And inside those parentheses, depending on how connected you are to the person, you can pick all sorts of emotionally charged things. So you could be like, more importantly, do you ever get the urge to just have interesting, real conversations with people instead of the boring, what do you do for a living type stuff? So there's all sorts of different variants that we can put in there, but the whole purpose is to shift the conversation onto a different topic that's a little bit more edgy. One of my favorite ones to write with somebody in parenthesis is, but more importantly, are you comfortable with uncomfortable conversations, or do you prefer having the same mundane conversations that everybody typically does? So once again, it's an invitation to take the conversation somewhere else. So any of these work really well, but you're gonna find that if the conversation is dying, it's probably because they're getting bored, and the parentheses conversation can really fix it. Thanks for watching the video. I've got a very special gift that I'd like to give you as a way of saying thank you for taking the time to enjoy this content. This is an ebook that you can get completely for free by looking in the description of this video. Once you download it, it will actually break down the core natural qualities that make somebody so attractive that women chase you. So go there, click on the link in the description and grab that ebook now.